Yeah, we are into pteridophytes. I was telling you that pteridophytes are the vascular plants because it contains xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem are food and water conducting tissue. Xylem is water conducting tissue, phloem is food conducting tissue. It is found in this. Now in pteridophytes also same thing, we observe the same kind of alternation of generation as we observed in case of bryophyte. But the only difference here, gametophyte is of very small size and of small duration and we call it as prothallus. Prothallus. As compared to bryophyte where gametophyte is independent, here it is independent, okay, but it is of very small size. Similarly here sporophyte and gametophyte, they are developed separately. In case of bryophyte we have seen that sporophyte develops on gametophyte. Here sporophyte is independent. I told you the plant of pteridophytes may be fern, okay, so this fern, this is actually sporophyte. It is green in color, independent. In case of bryophyte, sporophyte is dependent on gametophyte, whereas here sporophyte is independent. Why it is called as sporophyte? It must produce spores. There are two types again. Some produce only one kind of spore, whereas some produce two types of spores. Microspores and megaspores. Microspores and megaspores or macrospores, and they give rise to gamete, then male gamete and female gamete. On the body of male gametes are produced. On the body of female gametophyte, female gametes are produced. Again they fuse together to form zygote and then the sporophytic generation starts. So that is about pteridophytes. Now the next higher group of plant is gymnosperm. Next higher group plant is gymnosperm, and after that finally angiosperm. Finally angiosperm. Right. Now see why I wrote both gymnosperm and angiosperm. Both of them are higher group of plants, very tall trees. Even small plants are there. Even grass is also angiosperm. Coconut tree, banyan tree, mango tree is also angiosperm. Similarly, gymnosperm. First of all, we'll see what is the difference, main difference between gymnosperm and angiosperm. First of all, sperm means seed. Sperm means seed. Gymno means naked. Gymno means naked. Gymnosperm, naked seed. Angiosperm, angio means covered seed. Covered seed. So first I'll come to this. Okay, first I'll come to angiosperm. You think of any fruit. You think of any fruit. Say mango, very easy, mango. In mango, seed is present inside the fruit. From outside we can't see seed. We can see that mango fruit. That means seed is covered by fruit. In case of angiosperm, seed is covered. Seed is covered by fruit. You take any example, papaya. In case of papaya, many seeds are covered by that papaya fruit, that wall of the fruit. So it is covered. Whereas in case of gymnosperm, no formation of fruit take place. Seeds are directly formed without any covering. That's why it is called as naked seed. Without any covering. That's why it is gymnosperm. Directly seeds are formed. That is very important. So here covered, naked. Then one more thing. Gymnosperm. Angiosperm is commonly called as flowering plant. Angiosperm is commonly called as flowering plant. Why? They produce flower. Flower is their reproductive part, reproductive structure. Okay. So it is flowering plant. It produces flower. Flowers are not produced in any other group of the plant. In algae, no flower. In bryophytes, no flower. In pteridophytes, no flower. In gymnosperm, no flower. Flower is produced only in angiosperm. That's why it is flowering plant. So what happens in gymnosperm? In case of angiosperm, first flower is formed. Then flower will convert into fruit, and inside the fruit seeds are formed. But I told you that in gymnosperm seeds are there. But how are they formed without flower? In case of gymnosperm, instead of flower, cones are formed. Cones, cone-like structure. We call them as cone itself. Somewhat like this. On the plant itself, somewhat like this. This is cone. Such two types of cones are formed. Male cone and the female cone. And on the cone, some leaf-like structures are present on the cone. Those are called as sporophylls, which produces spores. In male cone, microspores are produced. In female cone, macrospores are produced. And similarly, then they produce male gamete and female gamete. So cones are formed in case of gymnosperm. And later they, same again, fertilization take place, fusion of gamete take place, zygote is formed, and that is naked seed. The best example for gymnosperm, I can give two examples. One is Pinus. And another is Cycas. Pinus and Cycas. Now, you might have seen Cycas tree. Cycas tree you might have seen in a garden, in park and all that, which is somewhat similar to coconut tree. But coconut tree is very tall. This is of certain height, like this. And the leaves are somewhat like this. Like this. The leaves sometimes are cut and can be used for decoration purpose. This type of tree. Even it is grown in a sufficient large pot. Okay, in pot it grows somewhat like this. Like this and like that. So here, if you observe here, you will find only seeds, no fruits. So that is gymnosperm. Okay, and gymnosperm is considered as one of the higher plants. So now you have clear idea how gymnosperm and angiosperm are differentiated. Point number one, in angiosperm, seed is covered. In gymnosperm, seed is naked. In angiosperm, why seed is covered? Because seed is covered by fruit. In gymnosperm, no formation of fruit, so seed is naked. In case of angiosperm, flower is formed. Since flower is there, angiosperm is also called as flowering plant. And in case of gymnosperm, instead of flower, cones are formed, and cones help them for the process of reproduction.